Who comes forward to provide this bride in marriage?
For Mother and I.
Thank you. Dear family and friends, we really are here. In spite of a nasty virus and obligatory postponements from earlier dates, we're really here to celebrate the union of Molly and Evan as husband and wife. We're living in unusual times that will be recorded as historic. That does not prevent us from coming together at this time to witness the union of these two wonderful people in holy matrimony. This gives us something to celebrate in these dark days, and we all need some brightness. Evan and Molly, you have come together in this holy place to commit yourself to each other in the bond of marriage. I call Dave Albert up to read from. You got it?
Got something? This is a reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, strive eagerly for the greatness, spiritual gifts. Excuse me. But I shall show you a still more excellent way. If I speak in human and angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am resounding, going on a clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own, and if I hand my body over to that I might boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It is not jealous, it is not pompous. It does not seek its own interest. It is not quick-tempered. It does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. The word of the Lord.
As Mark wrote, from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. That is why a man leaves his father and mother, a woman leaves her father and mother, and the two become one body. They are no longer two, therefore they become but one body. So then what God has united, man must not divide. We are all aware that the two of you come from very different traditions, and that is of no importance at all, unless the two of you decide to make it one. The basis of both belief systems is to live a good life and be a good person. This is stated in the scripture as, do not do to your neighbor that which is unpleasant to you, nor should you do to your spouse that is what is unpleasant to you. We state it in English as the golden rule. I know you both have great respect for each other's traditions, and respect is the one word here. It is only a problem if we make it one. Well, you two have finally made it here in spite of COVID-19. Just as your wedding was temporarily defeated by an invisible virus, so too can your relationship be defeated by invisible things. It is important that you always communicate honestly with each other. In your marriage, you will sense what the other needs or feels, and you should respond appropriately to that. Molly, you made me quite happy when you told me that you both took to heart my words at your engagement party when I suggested you were sharing a new life where the me becomes we. Because we invert the M to a W, for that is the reality of marriage, where each one has to consider the feelings and needs of the other. Perhaps the real secret of a happy and successful marriage is to just be selfless rather than selfish. As long as you each take care of each other and put your mate first, life will be wonderful. I have some advice for Evan. Evan, as a married man, you're going to make some mistakes. You can just forget them because there's no need of two people remembering the same thing. As this congregation knows, the difference between a man and a woman is quite simple. We all know that a woman worries about her future until she gets a husband. A man never worries about the future until he gets a wife. So that's the lesson that you will both learn. Now, Molly and Evan, you have come here freely without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage. We have.
Yes.
We have. Will you love each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives?
We will.
We will. Thank you. Since it is your intention to freely enter into marriage, I ask that you join your right hands and declare your consent before this community. Do you, Evan David, take Molly Glynn to be your wife?
I do.
Do you promise to be good to her in good times and bad, in sickness and health, whether rich or poor, to love her and honor her all the days of your life?
I do.
Do you, Molly Glynn, take Evan David to be your husband?
I do.
Do you promise to be true to him in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, whether rich or poor, to love him and honor him all the days of your life?
I do.
You have both hereby declared your intentions and your consent before this body. May this consent be strengthened every day of your lives. Your love will not remain static. It will grow or it can wane depending on the level of devotion you have to each other. Our wish is that this union of love will grow with the years, and this love will produce many blessed children that will honor you both. Evan, as you place this ring on Molly's finger, which is a token of your marriage and a sign of your to the world that she is your wife, I ask you to repeat these words. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring
As a symbol of my unending love.
as a symbol of my unending love,
And with it, you are my wife.
and with it, you are my wife.
Okay, Molly, you want to place the ring on Evan's finger? Same words. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my unending love.
as a symbol of my unending love,
And with it, you are my husband.
and with it you are my husband.
As by these rings you symbolize the marriage bond, may their meaning sink into your hearts and bind your lives together by devotion to each other. As it is written, wear me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your hand, for love is infinitely strong. Wine is a symbol of joy and rejoicing. And I ask you now to share this cup of wine. All the way down. Good girl.
Don't have to tell me guys.
Just as you have shared the joy of wine, may your lives be filled with sharing the multitude of life's joys and blessings. There's an old tradition that at the end of a marriage ceremony, a glass is crushed by the groom. And Evan, would you like to shatter a wine glass?
I would.
The symbolism is that the wine glass could be broken, but the marriage cannot be shattered. The marriage will last longer than it would take to reassemble the thousands of glass shards from the glass. Okay, Evan, you may go to it. Good job. Yay. And now, by Before this assembly and by the power vested in me by the state of Texas, I hereby declare you to be man and wife. Evan, if you would like, you may kiss your bride.
Would.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Evan Radman.